Hi guys, if you are viewing my channel first time, please subscribe to my channel for more updates on embedded systems. Today we are mainly discussing about a timer or counter programming continuation. We already discussed about the timer or counter programming with different mode of operation in the previous session. Today we are mainly going to discuss, we are going to take the two problem statement that we are going to solve using the embedded C programming. Write an 8051C program to toggle only pin port 1.5 continuously every 50 millisecond. Use timer 0 mode 1 16-bit to create the delay. Okay, here first I need to select my first I need to initialize my T mode register with timer 0 mode 1. Okay, here I have my T mode register. Okay, here the timer one I am not using. I will just initialize with all zeros, and I am using timer 0, gate always 0 for the software control, and C by T bar is my I am just using this timer 0 as timer 0. That's why I will initialize with 0. And right now for the mode 1, my hex value, my binary value is 01. So that this are four zeros, triple zero one means my T mode value is in hex format is 0x01. Okay, my T mode equal to 0x01. Okay, now I initialize my T mode value. After the next step, I need to initialize my TL0 and TH0. For the timer 0, I need to initialize these 2 bytes. Okay, right now I am going to initialize this TL0 and TH0. Okay, if I want to generate this 50 milliseconds delay, in our timers we can generate 71.106 milliseconds by using our this 16-bit timers. Okay, for example, if I want to generate this 50 milliseconds delay, always we need to divide this 50 milliseconds divided by 1.085 microseconds, then we'll get the clock pulses. Okay, similar way we can take the calculator. Okay, here we can have a calculation. This 50 milliseconds divided by 50. Okay, I will go to the program standard mode. 50 milliseconds, 50 I am just taking into 1.085 microseconds. Okay, here microseconds means I have to multiply with 1000 divided by microseconds, right? That's why I'm just multiplying. 46082 is my clock pulses, and I should minus with 65536. Why? Because my timer is always overflow at this place. Okay, whenever my timer is overflow, I have the bit to detect. Okay, here we have the TF0 and TF1, so that I am able to identify whenever the timer is overflow. That's why I am always doing the minus with the max value. Here this is my 46082 is my value. 46082 65 536 minus 46082. Okay, here this is my maximum value in my timer 0 mode 1, and I am just subtracting my this clock pulses. Okay, I got this one 19454. This I need to convert to the hex value. 19454, this is my programmer. 19 decimal value 19454. Okay, my hex value is 4BFE. Okay, my hex value is 4BFE. I'm just initializing with my TL0. TL0 is my lower byte. Lower byte is FE. Here this is my lower byte, this is my higher byte. 0xFE, and TH0 is 4B. Okay, 0x4B. Okay, here I have initialized my T mode value as well as my timer 0 value, and after that I need to start my timer. Next, after that I need to check whether my timer is overflow or not. Next, if it is overflow, I need to stop my timer and clear the overflow flag for the next operation. This is the program steps. Okay, I have the value now. Just I will copy these two values, T mode value as well as my uh, timer 0 value. This is my T mode value. Okay, here I'm just going to create one more delay function. There I will write this delay program. Delay, I will write underscore 50 millisecond. Okay, my 50 milliseconds delay. Okay, here I'm just writing my function name. Here there is no arguments. Okay, here semicolon, and same function I'm writing definition here. Okay, declaration is done, and I'm just writing my definition here. And here I have to write my t mod value is 0x01 and semicolon, and after that I need to copy this TL0 and TH0 already we calculated for the 50 millisecond. This TL0 and TH0 I need to add always semicolon in our C language statement. Okay, TL0 TH0 also done. And after the initialization of the initial timer with 5 millisecond, I am just starting my timer. T TR0 is timer 0 start. Timer 0 start. Okay, next I need to check whether my timer is overflow or not. It will start counting from 4B FE to next FD. No, after that FE, AFF. Next here is 4C. Next after that 00 to FF 4D. Next again 00 to FF 4E. Okay, similarly it will increment until 4Fs. Okay, at that time my timer will be overflow. TF0 double equal to 0 semicolon. Okay, if it is 0 always I'm staying it here. Whenever it is 1 means overflow, I'm going to the next step. I'm going to stop my timer. TR0 is 0 and TF0 equal to 0 for the next operation. Okay, here I'm just clearing. Here my TF flag will set to 1 whenever this timer is overflow. Okay, after that here I'm just clearing for the next operation. Okay, this is the function to create the 50 milliseconds delay. This is the function for the 50 milliseconds delay. Okay, next here whatever my program statement, I just created my 50 milliseconds delay. Now I need to define my S bit here, port 1.5. Here I'm just using my 1 bit only, that's why I will just define S bit LED. I will going to connect the LED here, port 1 cap of 5. Okay, 1.5 I'm connecting LED. Okay, here while of 1 always I need to toggle, right? That's why I'm writing while of 1 continuously with 50 milliseconds. If you just read this statement, 1.5 continuously every 50 millisecond. Okay, continuously means we need to always write the infinite loop. This is my infinite loop. Okay, next here I am just writing my LED equal to 0. This is my, I am just toggling my LED always. LED equal to 1 with the 50 milliseconds, right? That's why I will write this delay 50 millisecond my program. Here this API it will wait for 50 millisecond. Similar way the second API after the LED set to 1 also I am just waiting 50 milliseconds. Okay, I just written my program. I will just start compile. Okay, here I got the error. Okay, see here I am just missed the semicolon. Okay, again I will save my program. Again I will compile. See, there is no errors. I will go for the hex file generation. Okay, here I got the executable. Now I am going to connect LED across this 1.5 pin. Okay, I'm going to browse this is my initial circuitry, power supply circuitry, LCD, and here this is a reset circuitry. This is my crystal oscillator circuitry. And here right now I'm going to browse the LED, animated LED from the library. Okay, here I'm just taking the any one of the LED, and I'm going to connect to the 1.5 pin, and this cathode I will connect to the ground. This is my common cathode configuration. Whenever the logic 1 it will turn on, whenever the logic 0 it will turn off. Okay, initially in my program I'm just stopping my LED and waiting for 50 milliseconds, and again I am just turning on my LED and wait for 50 milliseconds, and again while of on means true. Okay, this process will continue forever. Always my LED is just blinking. Okay, if you just see my output program, okay, it's just loading. Let's wait for the respond. Okay, here it should be this LED should be blowing always. It should toggle. Okay, it's loading. Okay, mainly here as per the program we wrote. Okay, we had selected that also. Just I'm playing that 0 delay LED equal to S bit LED port 1.5. Here I have connected to 1.5. It's correct. And okay, here the ground is this is not the ground. Sorry. Okay, we did a mistake in the hardware thing. Okay, here it should be connected to the ground. Then only it should start working. Okay, this is my ground pin. I'm going to connect like this. Let's see. See here, it's always toggling. Okay, this is my hardware design. Okay, here we previously we had connected here. That's why we see the issue, but there is no software issue. Okay, that's why we identified. Right now, if you see, it is always toggling with 50 millisecond as we created using the timers. Okay, right now in our timers, we used to generate max delay of 71 milliseconds. For example, if I want to generate 100 millisecond, so that this API I can call one more time, so that I can generate this is the 50 millisecond, the other one is again 50 milliseconds. Similar way, I can generate 50 millisecond. This is a 100 millisecond. Similar way, if I want to use the timers, if I want to generate 200 milliseconds, so that I can just take the 4 times. Okay, this is a 50 millisecond. Using these timers, I'm creating again 50, 50, 50, totally 200 millisecond. Okay, similar way, if I just build my program with 200 millisecond, this is my program for the 200 millisecond. Just I will stop and again I will start. Okay, see here it is just blinking with the some delay. Okay, compared to previous, it is just blinking slower than the previous program. Okay, this is a way we can create how much delay we want using the timers. Okay, next one is the counter programming. Next, the second statement we'll try to read. Write a C program for counter 0 mode 1 with 16. Okay, this is also 16 to count the pulses and display the state of TL0 and TH0 registers on the LCD. Okay, this is a we need the LCD program. Okay, already we wrote the LCD program in the previous sessions. Okay, I just copied here so that I will just take the same LCD program. Why? Because I want to display this counts onto the LCD. That's why I'm just taking the LCD program here. I'm just replacing here. Okay, I have the LCD program. Just I'm just initializing my LCD. I'm just displaying welcome to my project. After some time, I'm just clearing my content. This content I'm displaying YT Training Institute, and I'm always waiting here. Okay, let us test whether the same program is if I just flash and check it's working or not. Right now, this is the initial state only. I'm just flash this YT Training Institute. Okay, right now my LCD program is working. I will just delete my LED thing. Okay, right now for the counting application, this LED is not required. Okay, here one thing we need to understand. Here I just connected to the port 3. Okay, my LCD is connected to the port 3. But in our counting application, I should use this T0 pin. Okay, I want to give the external clock pulses to this T0 so that I can just use my timer 0 as the counter 0. Okay, that's why this LCD, this data pins I need to shift to here so that I can use this 3.4 for the counting applications. Okay, here I am just reconnecting my LED to the complete data pins to the port 1 instead of port 3. Why? Because this port 3, this 3.4 pin I should use for the counting 0 to feed the external clock pulses. Okay, that's why I'm just deleting all the this data pins. I'm going to connect to here. Okay, from here I will just connect to the D0, next to D1, Next D2. Likewise, we should connect the 8 pins to here. Okay, 1.4 we should connect to the 1 minute. Okay. Similar way, we can just connect to the D4 and D5, D6, D7. Similar way, we can just connect all the pins, all the data pins to the LCD. Okay, here the one more last pin. Okay, here I have connected all the 8 data pins to the LCD, and the this 3.4 pin so that I can use for the counting applications. Okay, similar way I have to change my program to this 8090 is my port 1. Okay, previously it is B0 is port 3. Just now I changed my LCD data pins to the port 1. Let us check after changing the hardware and also program. I should display the same content onto the LCD. This welcome to my project and YT Training Institute, and okay, that's it. Okay, here I my LCD is started working, and right now I want to count the external pulses, and that external pulses I want to display onto the LCD. Okay, this is my program. Okay, here I have the LCD program. Here I will just let us write the while of condition. Why? Because I should always monitor the external clock pulses. If any external clock pulses received, so that I should increment, and I should always display onto the LCD. That's why I am writing inside the loop. Okay, here again I will wait for some more time. Okay, again in 80 I am going to display this TL0. I'm going to display the TL0 content. Okay, this 80 I am going to display this TL0 content. TL0. This is my lower byte I am displaying. Similar way for the counting application, this TL0, TH0 act as a counting 0, and TL0 and TH1, TH0 will be act as a counter 0 right now. Okay, this is the TH0 equal to. Okay, right now I am just displaying the content TH0 and TL0. Okay, here I am going to display my content from here. Okay, here I will write LCD command of. Okay, here I will write my program tmod equal to 0x05. Here I just initialized with 05 means this is a counter 0 mode 1. If I go to this tmod register, okay, I want to use timer 0 as a counter 0, so that gate always 0, and this is a counter I am using timer 0 as a counter 0, so that I can just set this bit to 1, and mode 1 means 0 1. 0 1 0 1 means 5, and the lower nibble I am not using at all, so that I will just initialize with 0 0 5. Okay, here the counter 0 mode 1, nothing but counter 0 mode 1. Okay, here and the programming concept is same. In case of timers or counters, the programming concepts are the same. Here I should initialize this TL0 TH0. Initially there is no clock pulses, so that I will just initialize with TL0 is 0, and for the counter 0, this two I am using for the counter 0 equal to 0x00. Okay, here I just initialized my timer with 00. This is my counting pulses, nothing but 0. This TL0 TH0 is the counting pulses. Okay, here I am using this timer 0 as a counter 0. Okay, whenever the any external pulses, so that then only this TL0 and TH0 will be incrementing. Okay, TR0 equal to 1. Here I just started my started counting the external pulses. Okay, here I just started, and here I need to write some do while loop. Okay, do while loop. Why? Because I should display always to the LCD. Here I'm just writing do while loop. Okay, until it is overflow TF0, until this 16-bit counter is overflow, I need to just monitor TF0. Here I'm just checking whether my counter is overflow or not. Counter is overflow or not. Okay, if it is not overflow, I will always execute here. I am just going to write this display program here. Here 0x80 is this one, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85 I will give. Okay, 85. Okay, similar 85 I'm just displaying my TL0 content. Okay, here if I want to display this onto the LCD, LCD always is the ASCII format. Okay, this registers contains the hex values, so that already we discussed in the ADC program. We just converted the hex value to the ASCII, and already I have the this program. Okay, this program is required to display onto the LCD. Whatever the hex value, if I want to display onto the LCD, this program is required. So that I'm just adding my this program after the main function. Okay, here I am just defining my declaring my program here. Okay, I declared my program, and yeah, okay, I declared my program. Here I should use those this additional API here, ASCII. Here I am just calling my TL0. Okay, TL0 I am displaying from this 85 onwards. TL0. Okay, here if there any external pulses, it will start incrementing this TL0, so that whatever the hex value I am going to display onto the LCD by using the this program hex to ASCII. This hex value I am just converting to the ASCII digits. That ASCII digits I am going to display onto the LCD. Okay, similar way for the C5 I will write the same way. The second row I am displaying this TH0. TH0 I am displaying onto the second row. Here if you see this TH0 I am displaying onto the second row. This is my second row address C0, C1, C2, C3, C4, C5. Okay, from here onwards I am just displaying. Let us check whether we are always counting and displaying onto the LCD or not. Let's see. Okay, right now I will just stop, and again I will start. Welcome YT Training Institute. Here I am just displaying with 0. Why? Because I don't have any external pulses as of now, so that it is displaying with 0. Okay, here I will just connect for the switch first time. Okay, later on we'll connect some external clock pulses also. Okay, I will just connect one switch, and from the switch I will try to give the pulses. I will explain clearly here. Okay, here I am just connecting one switch here, and the other node I should connect to the ground. Okay, here I connected to the ground. Okay, here whenever I just press the switch, this initial logic across this pin is logic 1, means 5 volts. Whenever I press this one, logic 0, okay, it will connect to the ground. Logic 0, 1 to 0, nothing but I'm just generating one clock pulses when I press this switch. Okay, here when I am going to press this switch, it should be blue, means ground. Okay, initially 1, and whenever I press this switch, I am going to increment this count across TL0. TL0 always increment from 0 to 255. Again this is overflow, and this TH value increment by 1. Again this will start from 0 to 255. Again I am going to increment value by 1. Okay, this is my counting application. Okay, similar way I'm just generating some clock pulses across the 3.4 pin, so that it will start counting the actional pulses. See here, I'm just giving the actional pulses to here, and it is just started counting the actional events. And the similar way I can just provide the actional clock frequency, so that it will count very faster way. Okay, here instead of this switch I will connect the some actional clock pulses, so that here generators I can go. Here digital pulse, digital clock we have. Okay, here I will just connect to 3.4 pin. Here I will just give the some one hedge, means it's very slow. Okay, let us see how it's counting. Okay, it's a one hedge frequency I'm giving to this one. I am always giving the clock pulses. See here, one hedge means it is very slowly it is incrementing. If I give the some 10 hedge or 100 hedge, it is very fast. Okay, I will give some 100 hedge, so that it will start incrementing very fast. The clock pulse is the frequency is very much high. See here, 00 to 255 means FF. Once it is reached FF, it will increment by 1 by TH1. Okay, this is a normally the timer operations only. Just now the instead of the timer, it is always depend on the external clock pulses. Due to our T mode register we initialized with counter 0 and mode 1. That's why it is always 00 to 255 means FF, 0 to FF, Once it is overflow, and automatically this one value increment by th1 value, th0 will be incremented by 1. Okay, this will continue until 65 536 clock pulses. Okay, similar way I can give the max value also. Okay, here I will give the 1000 hedge. It's very faster way, it will increment all the counting pulses. Okay, here similar way I can just given the 1000 hedges, so that it will just count very faster way, and we are going to complete until 255, and this 255 and this 255 we are able to complete 65 536 pulses we are able to count in this mode. Okay, that's all friend today. Okay, I think we discussed about the two statements clearly, and also we written the program very effective way. Here the write and see program counter zero mode one we just selected. Here similar way, here until here the previous program only LCD program until YT Training Institute. Here I just displayed LCD command of 0x00 means I cleared the previous content. I'm going to display TL0 onto the this one in the first row TL0. If you see this LCD TL0 and TH0 second row. Okay, similar way I just displayed here, and from here onwards I am just displaying this TL0 content and TH0 content. Here 85 means I am going to display this TL0 from here. Similar way C5 means I am going to display this TH0 value from here. Okay, here I just used my T mode. I just initialized with counter 0 mode 1. Okay, next here TL0 initially my counting. If I just start my microcontroller, initially my counts are 0. Okay, if I am not giving any external clock pulses, initially my counts are 0. Okay, see here initially I initialized with 0 0. If I initialized with 10 10, so that the 10 value will be displayed onto the LCD. Here I started my counter, and here I am just checking until overflow. I will be in this do while loop only. Okay, this will be incremented whenever any external clock pulses. This TL value and TH value be incremented by the microcontroller, and automatically just I am displaying this content onto the LCD always. Okay, from 85 address onwards I am just displaying these three digits, and similar way the C5 onwards these three digits I am displaying onto the LCD. This is the TH0. Okay, here I am just checking whether it is overflow or not. Okay, if it is overflow we need to stop our counter. Okay, here my I just stopped my counter TF0. I should clear the overflow flag for the next operation. Okay, this is a just program for the timer counter 0 for the mode 1. Okay, that's all friend, thank you for watching.